Cleveland, your favorite show is on. Good Day with Olivia begins right now.
Like, who's Olivia?
Who's Olivia? You know, that girl on the radio. You know, the little short girl. She ain't no but 3 feet tall. You know, her love for the city is greater than her stature. It was a joke, it was a joke, it was a joke. She's so crazy. Lighten up a little bit.
She's my favorite host.
Greetings, Cleveland, and good morning. Welcome back to the Good Day with Olivia show. I'm your host, Olivia Winstead, here serving up the good news happening right here in the city of Cleveland, keeping you informed, engaged, and connected. Cleveland, let's shape the city that we love with the SHAPE organization, a nonprofit organization dedicated to creatively collaborating with other nonprofit organizations to help them voice issues that are most relevant to our community. I'd like to welcome to the studio this morning 2 representatives from the SHAPE organization, founder Patrick Finner and operations manager Delaney Canfield. I'm so sorry. I told you I was going to need you to help me out this morning.
I'm totally with you.
Yeah, so Cleveland, before we get right into SHAPE, okay, we need to give some news updates here. So what I want to focus on is the Browns. So we won Thursday. We won 21-17 against the New York Jets. So congratulations, Browns. Go Browns. Do you think this is ending like a losing streak for us? What do you see for the future of the Browns? What are you hoping for the next games?
I'm hoping to see Mayfield really helping bring us some more victories. I mean, he did amazing on his first time playing, so I'd like to see him play more and hopefully continue some wins.
Yes. Are you a Browns fan? Either one of you?
I'm from Cleveland.
Yes, Brownstown. So getting right into the topic today, Patrick, Delaney, how are you guys?
Great.
Yeah.
So tell me, let's talk about you two before we talk about SHAPE and I get into the questions of what SHAPE is and what it looks like. Who are you? What are you doing outside of SHAPE? Are you guys Cleveland natives? Were you born and raised here in the city?
Yes. So I myself was born just in the outskirts of Cleveland. Been here my whole life. Went to Kent State for business, and then was actually offered a teaching position in photography and video, and honestly been doing that ever since. And as a result, I had to go back to school to get my teaching certificate because they don't just let anybody teach in classrooms, thankfully. And so I got to go back to Kent State and complete my master's at Kent. And so I've been around Cleveland-centric, the majority of my life.
What did you plan on doing with that business degree?
That's a great question. No, I always knew I wanted to do something on my own. You know, I like to collaborate and be part of a team, but I also knew I wanted to start something. And so I really wanted to have a nice business foundation, so I understood how business worked. So if I ever started one or worked for one, I felt like I'd be prepared for that. And now it's something that's become like the bedrock of my class because I have all these students of photography and videography that want to make a living, and I want to make sure they understand the business side of it to decide if that's really what they want to do.
Excellent. Delaney, you're in grad school right now at
Cleveland State University.
Yeah. Go Vikes.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing right now? Are you just a student? I know you.
Yeah, so I'm working on my master's degree at Cleveland State in nonprofit administration. I started off my undergrad there as a film major and kind of realized that I was doing a lot outside of the classroom in film and that, you know, as much as a film degree would be great, I really wanted to broaden myself, and that was something that Patrick really helped me realize since he had the business degree. So I switched over to an undergraduate degree in nonprofit administration. SHAPE came along around the same time that transition happened, and then I'm continuing on to do my master's right now. So I've been in Cleveland, you know, for my whole life, and there's a reason I chose to stay here for college as well and through my master's. So it's worked out great.
Is SHAPE full time for you?
So SHAPE is, I would say, like part-time, full-time. It's filling, yeah, it's filling the any sort of hours that I don't have. I do work for the Cleveland School District, doing work in their communications department, so photo and video stuff for them. But the time that I'm not doing that is the time that Shape is filling. So there's not a lot of free hours in the week. Sometimes it feels like.
Yeah. How did you two connect?
We started, well, honestly, a friend of mine and myself started a website in high school called cleverock.com. The website was to, we declared ourselves members of the media so we could get into concerts with press credentials. My buddy
You gotta
Joel,
teach me how to do that.
and so Delaney started shooting photos for us like years, like when you were still in high school.
Yeah.
So we just, been stayed in touch ever since, and yeah, I've been happy to bring her along because she's been able to help so much with all these different adventures that I'm going on.
Yeah. For some reason, he kept just wanting to hang out with me, and it worked out really well.
Delaney, I have a totally irrelevant question
Yeah.
for you. You went to CSU.
Yes.
I started off at CSU. I graduated from Notre Dame College.
Oh, okay.
Who was your Com 101 professor?
I had, what was his name? He was an awesome dude.
Yes. Yes.
Denny, I think was his name. James Denny. He was a great guy.
Now, okay, I'm not sure if we're talking about the same person or not, but I love my professor
Yeah.
in Com 101, and that's what got me interested in because
Oh, that's so
everybody
fun.
had to take it,
Yeah.
right?
If you were in any sort of communications degree, you had to be in there, and it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
any degree. And so here's a little fact about me. I actually started off as a nursing major
Oh, wow.
before I entered comm. And at CSU, I entered film, but when I transferred schools, they didn't have like a degree specifically in film, so I
Yeah.
had to go under comm, which was broad enough for me.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, that's how I got interested because of that first class, and
Aw.
I believe that has to be the same.
I think he teaches the majority of them, and I remember taking that. If I had stuck with film, it would have been because of him, because it was so fun.
Let me just, was he proud and from Filipino? Because I remember
He was
talking.
not proud and Filipino.
Okay, never mind, not the same guy.
So I wish I had the professor you're talking about,
Yes,
because he sounds cool.
Yo, he really was. But anyways, jumping right into Shape. So tell me, so Shape is an organization. You guys do video and design, graphic design?
Yeah.
So we do a lot of different types of multimedia. So we primarily do photography and videography, and that can be videos for social media, it can be videos for television commercial, it can be anything honestly they need. And we have elements of design as well. But what makes us unique and something we're really proud of is that we always have students, interns of all walks of life, between high school, college, and then we call professional interns that are basically people that have careers doing other things that are still somewhat interested in what we're doing, and they give us their time. We have a chemical engineer that works full time in that, but he's at every fleet helping us out and asking to be part of different productions when he can, and he does. So. But primarily what we're trying to do is create opportunity for two fronts. We want to provide an educational experience, an opportunity for our interns that may not normally get that type of hands-on experience. They're able to think for themselves and think of themselves as almost sole proprietors or entrepreneurs, where they're trying to find their own work at the same time through us, and at the same time providing an opportunity for nonprofits and some local businesses to help them get their stories out, communicate in an effective way to us.
Do you guys have direct relationships with employers to help your students find employment?
So I think that's kind of part of what we're building at the same time. We're kind of early in the phases that we've had interns who are just still with us right now, and as they start to come to us with their goals, and when they're ready to move on from being a production assistant and all of that with us, then we will definitely help them find careers in the field that they're aspiring for. We don't have direct relationships with employers yet, but as we grow, it's going to come along the way as interns graduate from our program and move on. So.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping the other media outlets out there are listening. 'Cause you have some talented students. You are nurturing some talented students out there who will make great employees or business owners, entrepreneurs. Yes.
Right.
So How long has Shape been around?
So it's been around in concept for almost 3 years, but it just celebrated its 501c3 birthday 2 months ago. So, we've been working at this as a concept with just a lot of like-minded people willing to give in their time to try to create it. And so we've been doing video projects and providing opportunity for interns for years. But once it kind of materialized into its own organization, its own nonprofit, like I said, that's actually just been a little over a year.
Yeah. So, where did Shape begin? What did it look like before the nonprofit, or before it was materialized, as you say?
No, that's a good question. So my full-time job is a teacher, a career tech teacher out of Aurora High School, and I teach juniors and seniors from 11 different school districts, photography, videography with a business backbone. And my seniors have the opportunity to intern 3 days a week. So they come Monday, Tuesday in the afternoon, and Wednesday through Friday they are able to leave their school at around like noon. And they go intern, they go find opportunity, and they go become an asset to different organizations in the Cleveland area. And after enough time, it became kind of almost necessity to see what else we could maybe create for them. I wanted to help create that opportunity for them, find that next step. Not to just to show that they can be done, show that, not only are there jobs out here in Cleveland that can, take them, but to actually ready for them for those jobs.
And you're the founder of this program.
Yes.
Delaney, this guy has so much going on, okay?
I honestly don't know how Shape exists with me.
How do you help him? What's your role as operations manager?
So my main role is overseeing sort of the day-to-day of our interns. So we have a handful of interns who help us with the various shoots that we have, all the different projects we have going on, and basically I'm their main source of communication. I want to make sure that every day they know what's going on, they know what our goals are by the end of the day, and that they have a really big picture of what's going on in the organization. So that's kind of the main thing, I would say, that is trying to alleviate some of the craziness that Patrick is doing at the same time.
She does like a lot of other things too.
You said she wears 12 other hats.
Yeah.
So you have 11 school districts you serve, and you wear 12 hats. Busy people.
Yeah.
It's a balance.
Yeah. Okay.
We're covering our bases.
So this is what I want to know, and I'm sure the audience wants to know. The name Shape, where did you get that from? And what shape is Shape?
Well, the second part we'll have to come back to. But,
Yes.
I've had a very fortunate relationship with a friend of mine named Nate, and he runs a design studio called Each and Every out in Kent. And we've been friends for over 10 years, and when I kind of came to him just to spitball this nonprofit idea, not only did he love it, he wanted to be involved. And so much so, he's actually our board president now. And so his team, truthfully, we sat down, a bunch of other people that were working with Shape. We had a gentleman named James who was helpful in the early stages with Shape, and we all got in a room and we just brainstormed. We just started coming up with things that seemed to, be important to us and represent what we wanted to, and they kind of did the rest. They did a lot of word association and,
The back-end process that they have is like, you have no idea how. We just had this list of like words that we thought were important in the concept that we were trying to create and all this stuff, and they put together this incredible like presentation of all these different concepts, all the branding that was going to go with it, and we were just awestruck. Like, it came together so perfectly. And after a couple of reiterations of the whole process, Shape was the final thing that they presented to us.
It was solid.
We heard it and we saw it and we saw everything that went with it, and we were like, this is who we want to be, this is what we are, and it worked so perfectly.
It's a testament to their organization themselves, each and every, because they really got to the heart of what we wanted this to be. And I think they took a personal interest because, again, not only is their president, our board president, but also they've helped provide us with services. They helped provide us with a summer intern. A girl named Audrey, she designed our Shape shirts.
And what's the name of their organization?
Each and Every.
Each and Every.
Out in Kent, yeah.
Very good. So going back to what shape is shape, let's take a look at this shirt here.
I'm partial to the orange circle.
It's in the shape of Ohio.
Yeah.
It is,
Yes.
yeah. We had our amazing intern Audrey design those, and she was so creative with playing with our idea of these different shapes that represent different things, whether it be community or engagement or education or all these different things. And she created this awesome design that, as just we fell in love with it, and it's so perfect.
So it's in the shape of Ohio.
Yes.
And so are there any plans to expand outside of Cleveland?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We have a long-term rollout. I mean, what we do think that this is our concept we think is rather unique because we can serve for-profit businesses as well, though we do have a lot of relationships with nonprofits because they're the ones that need the services more so. It's usually one of the first things cut out of their budget is any sort of marketing or design because they're focusing their budget towards their most pressing issues. So when we were working with what this could be, we're trying to take people that are trying to learn, we're trying to show them where opportunity is, prepare them for opportunity. We're using Cleveland as an example because Cleveland's growing as a film community.
Yes.
More movies. I mean, we were just talking earlier about, White Boy Rick just came out and was filmed in Cleveland, and some of our friends were either local crew or new local crew. And so we'd love to be a part of helping grow that in Cleveland, so when people do come, we have an infrastructure in place. We have people that know what they're doing to help be part of those types of things.
I think one lesson that I know Patrick kind of preaches to his students all the time and that has carried over to SHAPE is that we want to show these students that are working with us and even the professional volunteers that we have that you can live and work and grow and make a life in Cleveland. And I think in the creative community, people think that they have to go off to New York or they have to go off to LA. And we really want to show that this is a place that it can happen in Cleveland. And we think that, SHAPE is really going to be our backbone to making that happen.
Let me add to that. I say this all the time. You don't have to get started on your life project. You don't have to move to Atlanta to get started on your life project. You could get started right here today with organizations like yourself. You're providing the resource. And we have it, but we have to use it.
Yeah.
You have to go and discover it. Cleveland, I always say this, it may not be as glamorous as Hollywood, but we have the stuff here. And if we want to, we want to highlight our city, we got to start using the resource here. Because let me tell you something. People who are not from the city of Cleveland, they're coming here and they're finding the value in our resources. Yeah. So we have to really appreciate those precious little gems that we overlook in our city because we can get started here. This Cleveland is Hollywood.
I want that on a T-shirt.
Cleveland is
my Hollywood.
There we go. There we go. It is. So what I want to focus on, when you go online, your statement online is you're here to serve nonprofit organizations, which you are. You're helping them. You're giving them a voice because they may not have the resources to have any other media outlet or production services. But you are really, really here for the students. Am I right about that?
Yeah. I think our goal is to help provide voices for other charities and nonprofits that need that, but we're also very focused on the people that are interning or working through us. We'll use one of our strongest interns right now is Kyle. Kyle is
a production assistant now. He has an official business card, and we should use that official title.
He does. He put in a full year as an intern, and then now he's paid for his time. We want to make sure that if they're earning school credit, it's usually unpaid opportunity. But once they put in their time, we want to make sure that their time is as valuable as ours, and so we want to make sure that they're paid for that opportunity. And so Kyle has gone through our year program, and now he is finding opportunity for SHAPE, which in turn finds opportunity for himself. And that's kind of what we want to continue to grow. So as we grow interns, we're also growing potential opportunity for the organization but for themselves. So the educational piece is very important because if they're to have a career outside of either us, if they graduate from us or work for us, full time, they need to be able to know how to create that opportunity for themselves.
Wonderful. Now you're given the voice, right? You're helping to create this voice through media. Now, who have you partnered with? What nonprofit organizations have you partnered with recently or in the past that your work has been most notable?
I would say by far our biggest partner that we've had, we have an amazing relationship with the team at Cleveland Clinic Velasano. They are a group of just super passionate people about the cause, and we were lucky enough to be a sponsored partner with Velasano this year. We did some social media videos for them. We did a really great internal campaign for them, and it has just blossomed into this great relationship. So much so that we had a second opportunity within the Cleveland Clinic with the Cleveland Clinic Annual Fund. So we did another internal and external video for them, and those relationships have been some of our strongest by far, that I think really kind of just help shape Skyrocket and really, grow from there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, production costs, okay? So, I don't want to get too much in the business, but I want to learn. I'm curious.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, how are you able to produce this amount of work at this level, this professional level, and without profit? Like, how are you able to do this? I'm sure you get grants. You're nonprofit, but
Not yet.
No?
The biggest thing that saves money is we don't pay ourselves yet.
Patrick and I have not taken a paycheck from Shape yet, so.
No, it's been a labor of love for now. We've been
Yeah.
putting in our sweat equity to help grow it, and we wanted to make sure, truthfully, Kyle will be the first person paid out of the organization before even ourselves. And then her, and then I'll worry about myself.
We'll see.
But it's, the costs are always there, but we found that the people we've been working with know what they are and are able to pay them. So we still take on paid clients. Like, we want to make sure that, because if we're trying to create an accurate representation of the need, it wouldn't serve us well to have Kyle only work for nonprofits that don't have a budget, because then Kyle's not necessarily going to learn how to create a budget and find opportunity for himself. But what we can do is, with the actual profits or the pay from a traditionally paid opportunity, we can then help subsidize a project for a nonprofit. So, we can utilize that to say, all right, Kyle, well, now we have a budget for you to work on this for a much, much lower cost to the organization that we're working for, and then still provide a great opportunity for them. So it kind of just balances it all out between for-profit work and doing work for nonprofits.
true service work.
Yeah,
True service
absolutely.
work. So, I know you're passionate about film, and you're passionate about service. At what point did you think to pair the two?
I think that really happened from the extension of your program, Pat. I think, we had there was this group of students that existed that were looking for opportunity in Cleveland, and, the great thing about Patrick's job is that his students go off and intern, Wednesday through Friday, and he has that time available too. He's not going to sit in an empty classroom with no students, so he could go to site.
Wouldn't mind.
He could go to site visits and visit his students, but he realized, Patrick, before he was a teacher, was a photographer, and was doing all this work, and realized that I still want to be doing that. And I think when I came along, I was like, I still want to do that too. Like, we realized that we could be creating the opportunity just as much as the other organizations and businesses that these students were interning for. And since we were both already so passionate about the cause, and I was freelancing on the side here and there. Patrick was picking up, wedding photography and wedding video and all that stuff. But we both had a passion for this nonprofit community in Cleveland, and realized that there was a need for them to be served.
Yeah.
And we could, fill that need. And it kind of just blossomed from there.
Is there any other organization like yours here in this city or anywhere?
So that's a great question. It's true in the strictest sense, not really. I mean, there are organizations creating opportunity. I mean, that's we live in the second largest philanthropic city in the country. There's more money being donated to organizations not us yet, we're working together, than almost any other but one city in America. And so there are so many people trying to help and do good, service, but they're not necessarily in this maybe marketing or video or photo area, because if I needed Shape to be my full-time employment right off the gate, I couldn't do it. If I didn't have a day job, that supports me, then I couldn't do this. And so it's really hard for people that are formally educated in film or photography or something to take on more and still try to maintain clients. And so the luxury of my job allowing me to and almost requiring me to create opportunity really allowed us a nice safety net. Or I have the 2 months in the summer straight to just focus and dedicate. Same with her. So we were really able to grow kind of in small spurts, if you will, in these pockets of time.
Oh, and you know what? I was just talking to a friend the other day. That's why it's so important. Like when you're, don't just work a job.
Sure.
Works. If you need a job, or if you're not in your career, what you want to do, find something that's most relevant to what you want to do, so it can put you in a position to get to where you're supposed to be, where you need to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I think that's amazing that you were able to find something that just follows right along with your vision and what I assume is your calling.
I'd like to think so.
I think so.
I feel very fortunate that it's gone as well as it has. Fortunate to have support with someone like her, and and now with Kyle, and obviously our friends and family who have been supporting us. And if they hear the word Shape, they're like, we know Shape.
We know you need followers on social
we're-
media. We know that you're passionate. Stop talking about it.
Now, I'm very interested with your connection in the film community. Is it very large here in the city of Cleveland, the film community?
It's how large is the term? It's more like it's very connected.
Yeah.
Everyone,
That's
it's a
good word.
very family based. I mean, everybody kind of knows everybody, and that works out in a sense where even she got a call 2 days ago to be a PA on a job because she knew someone from a shoot 2 years ago. That's like, oh, I know someone. We all kind of really look out for one another, and we're really happy to be helping with that even at an early stage.
And I think a great part of that too is that it's helped Shape a lot as well, because we have these professional partners who hear about what we're doing, hear that we're trying to educate young people, and they're like, oh my God, how can I get involved? And we have a great network of professional partners who, when we have these bigger shoots, will come and assist us. And we have friends who are professional cinematographers, and they want to be a part of this somehow, and they're doing all their full-time jobs and they're doing all this other work, but any free time they have, they want to give back and they want to help us as well. And that connectedness that we have has been so helpful for us.
Okay, so the way you guys stay connected is by doing the work here. Yeah. So let me ask you guys this: any new projects coming up? Will you be filming or working on any big movies?
No movies yet.
No movies.
We'll see.
We just got a project through the city of Kent. They have this thing called Better Block, and we're going to be covering that event for them. And so we're calling in all our interns and favors, and we're going to have a nice production out there. And we're always at the Cleveland Fleet. We have a wonderful relationship with Stephanie and the rest of the team over at Team Fleet. And so we're at all the fleets, so people can come see us and learn a little more about what we're doing. And we do some filming work for them. We help with their video or time lapse, if you will, social media projects. And so.
Well, Delaney, give us, as we're closing out here, give us the contact information. Where can future interns and business partners, how can they get connected with you?
So all of our social media is Shape Cleveland. Our Instagram is @ShapeCleveland, and our email address that you can reach out to us is hello@shapewithus.org.
Any final words from the founder?
No, we're very blessed. We're blessed to be part of your show here today and talk about what we're doing, and we're excited to continue to work in Cleveland and show off how great we know the city is to those that are still learning that.
Well, I'm happy to have you here,
Happy to
Patrick
be here.
and Delaney. And there you have it, Cleveland, the Shape organization. if for more information, check out their website, check them out on IG, and don't forget to tune back into the Good Day with Olivia show, airing every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. I'll see you next week, Cleveland. This is Olivia signing off.